are listening to Where I Come From, produced by Coastal Youth Media.
We have had to deal with the power outages, the flooding, the being relocated sometimes to not even returning to your home, the loss of life and staying in shelters.
But that teaches us a lesson that material things are good to have, but your life is more important.
Each of us picked a person to talk with as we explore the stories of our community.
Now, I live in the rural area. In the summer, it's hot down here. It's really hot down here. In the winter, it's mild. But during the most serious time is when the hurricanes come through.
I remember during some of the storms, they would have a cornfield across the street. Mm-hmm. And when the bands of wind would come through, it would level that cornfield. Mm-hmm. And when it would come back around, it would stand every stalk of that corn up.
When I was in high school, when Hazel came along, I didn't have enough sense to know what was going on. I didn't realize that they were as bad as they were until they were over.
I sort of remember as a child, Hurricane Hazel. I was a very small child, but I can remember us having to be extremely quiet and under tables and things to get out of harm's way.
It blowed all the corn down, and we had to salvage it the best way we could. A lot of it we couldn't get. We lost a lot from the hurricane.
We can adjust quickly because we live kind of outdoorish anyhow. People are connected with nature. Sit on the beach and watch the tide come in. Go fishing.
We're in an area where we have a lot of crops, and we depend on these crops for our livelihood and for food. These devastating storms such as hurricane, they could destroy a lot of our livelihood. And here in our area, a lot of people are farmers. This is the way that they make their living.
Back when I was smaller, younger child, this was a hustle and bustle town. But because of hurricanes and bigger box stores coming in that have hurt the mom and pops here, we've seen a lot of changes here.
Luckily, here at our home, we didn't suffer a lot of damage, considering what other people went through, having to leave their home by boat, flooding.
We had a couple of people that have moved out of this place and sold their homes because they said they just couldn't take it no more. Because when the hurricane came, they had all that water. And time they get it all fixed up,
another one had came.
Another one come and do the same thing again.
We have been talking with folks in our community who have stories about how hurricanes have impacted our lives. We hope you found the stories interesting. Coming up next is the start of our final projects. Don't worry if you want to hear all of the community interviews. We will be sharing those stories too.
Where I Come From is a project of Coastal Youth Media in collaboration with Community CPR in Whiteville, North Carolina. This project is funded in part by a grant from South Arts in partnership with the National Endowment for the Arts and the North Carolina Arts Council, with additional funding from North Carolina Local News Lab Fund.